Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. Today I'd like to share with you a recipe that I found in one of my oldest recipe books. It's a recipe for a pastry that is traditional and popular in many countries throughout the Middle East and Greece and Turkey, and because of that we named my version of it the Babylon Tart. Let's begin. And we'll start by preparing the dough. We'll need 150 grams of butter at room temperature and 100 grams of sugar, which we'll cream together in a stand mixer. The butter is stuck to the walls and I'll just scrape it down a little bit and keep going. Now I'm going to add 180 grams of sour cream and 180 grams of natural yogurt. Mix it together. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix up again. I'm going to scrape the sides to make sure that all the ingredients are always well incorporated. And now I'm going to add the flour. Sift the flour in. 3.5 cups of flour equal 500 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. We might need more flour when we finish the kneading of the dough on the worktop, but we'll see. Just on a very low speed. And we'll finish the kneading of the dough on the worktop. Add a little bit more flour. We're looking for a very smooth elastic dough that is easy to roll out. Now just pushing it all together and trying to make it, as you can see, it's all very crumbly consistency and we need it smooth, so just knead it like any dough. Just bringing it together, need more flour. Don't overwork it because we don't want it to be tough, but still we need the dough to be pliable, a knead for as long as it takes until we feel that it's going to roll out easily. When you sprinkle flour like this, it looks like a lot, but it's not really. Flour is very light, so it's just milligrams of it, but it makes all the difference. Well, nearly there. In fact, yeah, just one more turn. That's it. It's ready. We're going to cover it with a cling film and just let it rest on the worktop. We don't need to put it in the fridge or anything. Just let it rest a little bit whilst we're preparing the filling. Just wrap it loosely. Put it aside. And now we'll prepare the filling. We'll need 100 grams of butter, 145 grams of plain flour, 90 grams of either walnuts or pecans. I'm using pecans today. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of ground cardamom. We'll need to grind the nuts first. Probably half of this at a time in this tiny thing. We don't want to grind them to powder. We need some texture, but quite small. The size, the consistency of breadcrumbs. And the second half, just pulse it a second or two at a time so that you don't overdo it. That's enough. And the last ingredient, 200 grams of sugar. Now we're going to rub the butter with the flour, just with your fingers, like so. Now we'll add the sugar and the nuts, the cinnamon and the cardamom. Just with your fingers, rubbing it all together, all the ingredients. It smells amazing. Now you can see the consistency, very much like breadcrumbs. And now we'll assemble the tarts. We'll divide the dough in two. This amount makes 2 tarts, just a little bit. Nice and soft, well rested. Dividing it in half. We're going to roll it out. Flour your rolling pin. We're rolling it out into a round about 20 centimeters in diameter, leaving it a little bit thicker in the center. We are rolling out, flattening the edges, but leaving it a little bump here. We've divided the filling between these two bowls, and now I'm going to clump it together just so it stays in one place whilst I'm sealing the tart. It looks like a lot of filling for one small tart, and it is, and that's why it's so delicious. And now we're trying to pull the edges on all sides to the center and seal them together, just roughly first, just like a money pouch. Just close it in and press it down. We need to flour. To make this tart perfectly round, you don't even need to use the rolling pin now. All you do is you press your hand, the palm of your hand, in the middle of the tart and just clockwise, and it will make a perfect circle. Just there you go, patching as I go. Now we'll turn it upside down and do the same. By pressing it down, we're making an even shaped disc, and we're spreading the filling throughout the tart to the very edges of it. There, a perfect circle. And now we're going to transfer it onto a parchment-lined baking tray and repeat the same with the second tart. And now I'm going to egg wash the tarts, just one egg, lightly beaten, and just paint them all over with a pastry brush. Egg wash gives the pie a lovely golden color and also seals them in case there are some little cracks and holes in it. And now we're going to pierce the tarts with a fork and give it a nice pattern, and it also prevents air pockets. Done. And now they're going into the preheated to 190 degrees Celsius oven for 30 minutes or until they're golden brown. The tarts are now ready and they've cooled a little bit, and I'm going to show you what they look like inside. Thin slice, because it's very rich. Oh, that smell of warm vanilla and cinnamon and cardamom. That's it. And I can assure you that it's as delicious as it is pretty. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven. Until next time, bye. Half a teaspoon of salt and one